don't like, they don't like um, being told or having to correct their appraisals, because then they'll lose that account if that happens too often. And that's what Marcus said this morning, right? It's just, we can try to contest it. Luckily, this buyer has enough down. He can put more money down, but he didn't want to. So, let's walk you through it. And so the appraisal was done, and here it shows 5527 Lake Lindero. It definitely talks about, the contract price at 954, days on market 6. It kind of gives you the summary of everything going on with it, right? It also tells you square footage. It tells you how many rooms: 8 rooms, 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2297 square feet. So they measured it. So, I got to admit, Jennifer, sorry. So they tell you what's going on. They tell you here. So if the square footage is off, this is where you're going to see the square footage. So you want to make sure that it matches what the MLS says. Then it says here, newer hardwood flooring in living room. It describes what's going on. Overall, good condition.
And the kitchen was done 1 to 5 years ago. They just did the kitchen.
So I think that's where, when I looked at it last night, I think that's where the only way that we could contest it, because these are the comps they use. So they went within the comps, and they only looked at closed comps. So Forest Ridge, and here, what I did, and I think most of you know, I put in the address, right? I put in the address, and then I do a radius search of 1 mile. And I come over here and I do closed, and then I do a current price. I go up to about $1 million. And I'll look at 875, because I think he pulled an 870 actually. Because the way an appraiser has to work, they have to do a high end and a low end. So they have to bookend the values. So the fact that we were in escrow at 954, they need to do a 9 above 950, and they need to do something below. So he pulled that Forest Ridge one. So then I'd pull up the list, and I do it by square footage, because it really needs to be within square footage also, right? So it's 2,200 square feet. So when he pulls something over 3,000 square feet, it's not really a comp. So I sort it by square footage. So if I see something, look at this, 1,800 square feet when at 870, right? And I'm only looking at solds, although I do want to pull some that are in escrow, because I think he could call them and see what the price is. We could ask him to do that. Here's one 2,100 square feet in Canyon Oaks. He didn't pull that. So I just kind of pulled some of these that are obviously in our competition. 890 at 2,300 square feet. This is ours at 925. He pulled this one on Rainbow Crest. He pulled this one on Rainbow Crest. Did he pull it
the port side one, or
he what?
He did pull
Port side?
Yeah.
Okay. Did he pull Alfonso?
Yeah.
Okay. At 960. And I want to pull that Forest Ridge one. Oh, it didn't come up for me because it was over $1 million, right?
Yeah, it was 1 or 190 or something.
Okay, so let me go back, because I do think, that one is one that actually was a good one for him to pull, because the comp on that showed high. So I don't really need to go through it, but I just want to kind of show you. Forest Ridge. Let me just pull that one. Forest Ridge, 1,030,000. All right, so I got 11 in here. So now what he did was he pulled Forest Ridge and he looked at the comparable sale. This is your property, 5527, 954, 415 a square foot. The lot size is 8,000 square feet. It's got 8 bedrooms. It's got 8 rooms. So it includes living room, dining room. It's got 5 bedrooms, 3 bath, 2297 square feet. And you know, it doesn't have a pool. It's got 1 fireplace. So that's this house. Now, when he compares it, he takes Forest Ridge, which closed at $1,030,000, and he makes the adjustments compared to Lake Lindero. So he gave Lake Lindero $7,000 because of the larger square foot lot. Are you with me? Anybody with me?
Mhm.
Okay. Um, the age of the house he took away because Forest Ridge is newer. He actually took away $30,000 for the Forest Ridge condition. He actually felt Forest Ridge was in better condition. Now, I don't necessarily agree, and we can pull up the photos, and he gave square footage, he gave it 15,000 square feet more because he gave this property 15,000 square foot more because it was bigger, right? So he actually took 300 square feet and divide and multiplied it times the dollar per square foot of 402, got $19,000. But at the same time, he gave you $15,000 for an extra bedroom. Follow me? And he took off $25,000 for a pool. So the net adjustment was $60,000. He came to 970. Okay. That's okay. If we would have ended up at 970, that would have been a great comp. But then he took Rainbow Crest, and we'll pull up Rainbow Crest. He basically gave you $5,000 more for a bigger 1,000 square foot larger lot. He gave you $15,000 more because you had the extra bedroom. So he's consistent for every bedroom is $15,000. He took away $25,000, but what he didn't do, he didn't give you anything for condition. So this is one that comped out at 905. And when you pull up 5527 Rainbow Crest, hold on, let's look at our current house. Lake Lindero is our current house. Okay, this is Lake Lindero. You have new hardwood floors, you have new windows, right? You have LED lighting. It looks like it was freshly painted.
Mhm.
2-car garage, new windows. The laundry room cabinets were only painted, hardwood floors throughout. That's why it's really important to kind of see pictures. So the kitchen looks like it's brand new and modern, right? The kitchen looks like with the subway tile, it's not just painted, right? Ashley, it's brand
Right.
new cabinets,
Yeah.
stainless steel appliances, and the master bath does not, is this the master?
No, that's the hall bath.
Okay. Was the master redone? Doesn't look like.
They had redone the countertop, but the shower was original, but that was the only.
Okay, so now let's look at
Yeah, 5 Rainbow Crest.
okay. So they didn't give you anything on condition on this house. So this is one where I would say, I think these windows are older. So they
Mhm.
didn't give you anything on the new windows. Yeah, it's got a pool, but you know, it's got a good yard. So $25,000 is good. It's got older hardwood floors. So it didn't give you anything on condition.
No recessed lighting,
No recessed lighting, older windows, and
and plus your
kitchen,
remodel. Yeah.
this kitchen was done certainly not 1 to 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah.
So it is one that he should have given you some money on condition for the house because you have newer hardwood floors. You have, what he didn't do was take away for the view, but he didn't give you anything on condition. So that is one that I would say, look, appraiser 5527, you should give me $20,000-$30,000 on condition. Oh, somebody needs to be, oh, I got a lot of people in the waiting room. Oops, 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 oops. So sorry. Sorry, I was talking and we're not paying attention to the waiting room. I'm going over the appraisal. Does that make sense, guys?
Mhm.
So same over here, 5604, he came, the same thing here. He took off $30,000. He gave you $30,000 for the condition. But when you look at 5604, it costs more than $30,000 to do what we did. What Lake Lindero did. Let me see if I did I
Number
pull.
5,
Hmm?
5604. So we said.
Okay, so here's 5604. So he took off $25,000 for the pool again. Look at this flooring, the parquet flooring. Look at this kitchen, original kitchen. Look at the carpeting. Look at the stains in the carpeting. So it costs more. They painted the cabinets. They don't have the stainless steel appliances. Look at this. I mean, it's like the bathrooms. It costs more than $30,000 to upgrade a 2,200 square foot house. So that's one that I would argue and say they spent at least $50,000-$60,000 to upgrade the house. And so that's one that if they gave you $50,000, you'd be at a 940 price. So when you have an appraisal that's pushing the envelope like this, so there's a couple things you could do now, Ashley. You could actually go in and do exactly what I just did and comment on each appraisal and just basically say, we'd like you to review it based on comps. This is we'd like you to add $40,000 for condition. These are the reasons: new windows, new flooring, new kitchen, new bathrooms. Or you could pull some other comps that he didn't pull in here and pull some other comps that make sense, or any of these that are in escrow, and call them and say, what are you in escrow at? And when are you closing? Because this one on Main Mast, 998, he should be able to pull that. I mean, it's beautiful. It's got a good view.
So 4-bedroom, 20, it's smaller, and 4-bedroom.
It's smaller, right? But I think it's something he could pull, and he could take off the view. He could take off $30,000-$40,000 for the view, just as much as you can add it. It is nice though. I mean, it is nice. So, but he could use it as a comp and just go, if that was 998, let's take off the view, add the square footage for the bedroom, maybe condition. I mean, it was done recently, but maybe not as new or whatever. But I do think you'd end up at a 930, 940 price.
Yeah.
Like he could use this as a comp, and that one might have gone over $1 million.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah, I'll just need you to help me with in terms of the actual description. Do I just outline like the location of the appraisal and then put the remarks there, or do I actually like
take his appraisal and I would just literally write on the appraisal
write
and then
on it?
do a
Okay.
summary. I'd print it out and then just write a note like, next to 5527 Lake Lindero, or can you add this in, or something like that. I'll tell you, every time I've done it, we rarely get it contested. Appraisers just don't want to be wrong, because then they get flagged in the system and they don't want to be used. So in the future, probably if we have something like this that we're really concerned about, Ashley and I were talking last night, let's just make sure that the appraisers contact you as the agent and you attend the appraisals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the listing agent should call you and say, like I've got the Trails appraisal this morning. I'm super nervous about it. We I want to get as close to the 1620 as possible. I know I'm not going to appraise at 1620, but Andrea is going to meet me there. We're going to go together with the appraiser. So I just feel like two agents together confirming why this is the right price and why it helps And some appraisers are like, I can't talk to you, right? So you never know. And some appraisers are like, yeah, give me all the information that you possibly can. So you just never know. But as we're going to see more of these issues and, you know, more on appraisal issues, I just thought it would be good for everyone to kind of see this. Questions? Okay.
No. But it's pretty surprising it didn't appraise, right? It was not crazy for like, we thought it would appraise 920, 925, no problem.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we knew we had an issue and they were fine with that and they knew they were overpaying some, but
Yeah.
for it to come in as low as it did, it doesn't make any sense.
yeah,
Yeah, it came in at what, 905?
905.
Yeah. Yeah, it came in pretty low. And so he has to bracket it. But that's the key on it. Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's good for everyone.